Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of For the Classical Guitarist. You've probably come to this video because you have already been playing classical guitar for a few years. Maybe you had a Cordoba or even a Cordoba C7 and you're looking to upgrade to the next level guitar. And that's exactly what these guitars are. Even the lowest one, which would be the Estudio, which I'll get to in a minute, comes in at an entry point of $900. Now, Kenny Hill, unlike other names you might have heard, as you can tell, is a person's name because Kenny Hill is a well-respected and established guitar luthier making concert-level guitars for some of the world's leading guitarists out there. Now, these guitars aren't made by Kenny Hill himself, of course, however, they are part of his series and his design in his New World series. And the first guitar I'm going to be talking about is his Estudio Model. So let's take a look at it. So here we have the Estudio Model. This guitar you can have a choice of getting in either spruce or in cedar. This one over here is a cedar top, as you might be able to tell. All of these guitars come with a truss rod. This one has East Indian rosewood back and sides, and it comes with a rosewood fingerboard. Let's take a second and take a listen to how it sounds. As you can see, this guitar definitely has a wide range of colors, dynamics, and overall it sounds pretty good. You hear a nice sustain from the trebles, and for the entry point of $900, this is a great guitar I'd highly recommend for any student to get if you're looking to upgrade from that C5 or C level of line guitars from Cordoba. Okay, so the next guitar in the New World series I'm going to be showing you is the Player Model. Now, this guitar is definitely a big step up from the Estudio Model for a few reasons. Number one is because it has solid back and sides, it has an ebony fingerboard, and as you might be able to notice over here, it has sound point. Now, as a player, this is something that I do think is pretty important. It helps you just hear your sound better. And if you can hear your sound better, you can make adjustments to your tone, your dynamics, and all that stuff that's important when you're trying to play for other people. Let's go ahead and check out how the Player sounds. Okay, so now here's some of my thoughts. First off, I can tell this guitar is definitely a huge step up from the guitar that I just played earlier, the Estudio. What I liked about this guitar was just how clear the trebles were, how full the basses sounded, and overall that I could actually hear myself. I'm actually able to get a sound now that I can adjust and start to work with. So in my opinion, if you're a student who's been playing pretty seriously for at least 3 years or so, and you're looking to upgrade to a guitar that's going to really give you much more volume, sustain, tone, and actually give you a sound that you can start to say something with as weird as that sounds, definitely go ahead and check out the Kenny Hill Player series. Alright, and the final guitar on this list is going to be another Kenny Hill Player, but this one is a bit different. Obviously, you see this one does have the sound ports just like the other one did. What makes this one really different is it has the elevated fingerboard. Now, I'll talk more about the elevated fingerboard in just a second, but one thing I want to add in is that according to Joe Burrows, whose showroom that I'm at currently, this is probably his most popular selling guitar, and you guys will see why in just a few. Hey, so one thing I noticed that while I was editing the video I wanted to add in is that you notice that when I'm playing on this guitar that the pieces I'm playing do sound a bit different. And the reason why is because when I was playing it I noticed that this guitar could offer a whole lot more in terms of dynamics and color. Now I didn't do this intentionally, but that definitely is one thing that you're going to find as you start playing better and nicer guitars, is the more they can do, the more they make you want to do. Just wanted to let you know. Anyway, back to the video. Okay, so let's briefly just talk about what the elevated fingerboard does. I mean, obviously you can guess by the title, elevated, that the fingerboard is being raised. Now, why this is so important is because when you're playing up on the upper frets, even though it's not necessary, it does make it a bit more comfortable, and the more comfortable it is, the more control you're just going to have over your sound. The other thing to add about the elevated fingerboard is because it is lifted up, there is definitely more mass at this part of the guitar and this part of the body, so you're going to get more volume, you're going to get more sustain, you're going to get pretty much more everything, which is why the guitar is at a higher price point than the other player model that we had over there. Overall, this guitar is a great guitar. I keep saying that from one guitar to the next, but that's because we keep going up in quality. And for the asking price of this guitar, I would probably say it's one of the best guitars that you can get, other than obviously upgrading to a handmade concert instrument by Kenny Hill or by whoever else. This guitar is a great guitar, and I would highly recommend for anybody who's even planning to maybe pursue music in college and study music more seriously. It's not going to last you forever, and you should upgrade to a concert guitar. But when it comes to trying to bridge the gap from a serious guitarist to an aspiring professional guitarist, I would say this is the guitar for you. So overall, when comparing these three guitars, the biggest thing I noticed about all of them is that you can definitely say something with them. And then, like I said before, that's probably one of the most important parts of playing guitar at a higher price point. Now, yes, obviously the player model that is a higher price point is going to be able to say more than the studio model at a lower price point. But all of these guitars, you can definitely say something, start to get your voice across, which is really important as a player, especially as a student when you're trying to figure out what your voice even is. Because these guitars can do these things, I think it serves any student really well, no matter what level you are, because you can start to figure out some of these things in your own playing, which is really important when you're trying to figure out how to develop yourself from that next level, from maybe a beginner player to a more intermediate player to a more advanced player, and even to a professional player. If you guys have any questions on any of these guitars, feel free to leave a comment down below, letting me know, send me an email, or send me a message on Instagram over at For the Classical Guitarist. I want to take a second to thank Joe Burrows for inviting me over to his showroom to try a bunch of different guitars. I had a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys got something out of this video. And if you did, I hope that you guys will consider hitting the like button on the video. Like I said before, dropping a comment, just letting me know what you thought. And of course, if you guys are new here and you want to support my channel even more, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, so that way you can be updated about future videos. Anyway, that's all I have for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.